What if I told you that the most powerful organisms on Earth are not the ones that you cannot see? It's not not the elephants, not giant trees, but organisms that are so small that millions of them could fit on the tip of a needle. These tiny forms of life have existed for billions of years. They were here long before humans, long before dinosaurs, and even before plants covered the land. Today, they continue to influence every ecosystem on Earth, including the one inside your own body. These remarkable organisms are known as microorganisms. Microorganisms, or commonly referred or called as microbes, are living entities or organisms that are too small to be seen with the naked eye. That is, to see them or study them, scientists rely on microscopes, which are specialized laboratory techniques and tools, and modern genetic technologies to visualize them. But despite their microscopic size, they make up one of the most diverse and the most important groups of organisms on our planet. So let's dive in. Let's explore some of these major members of this hidden world. First comes we have the bacteria. Bacteria are the master chemists of the microbial world. Bacteria are among the simplest and the most abundant forms of life. They are found everywhere from soil, water, air, even inside your bodies. A familiar example of bacteria is lactobacillus, the beneficial bacterium used to make yogurt. These bacteria they help in transforming milk into fermented products and they contribute to a healthy digestive system. Then next we have fungi. Fungi are the nature's recyclers. While many people associate fungi mostly with mushrooms, certain fungi are also microscopic. Very best example is yeast. Yeast is used to help, it is used for rising the bread, right? It helps in rising bread. It's used in bakery, right? It's widely used in food production. So by breaking down the dead organic matter, fungi helps in recycling the nutrients back into the environment. They are very important okay, for the ecosystem health. And then comes the protozoa. Protozoa are they are the like tiny hunters of the microbial world. Okay, they are more you can say eukaryotic. Okay, you can say protozoa are single-celled organisms. They move through the water and moist environments in search of food. They are found in water bodies normally. One very good example is amoeba, which changes its shape to and it captures nutrients. Although it's microscopic, protozoa has a very important role in aquatic ecosystems and has a food chain. Another very good example is algae. Algae are the oxygen factories of the microbial world. Algae use sunlight and they can produce energy through photosynthesis. Example is cholera. So this is it's a microscopic green algae which is found in freshwater habitats. Algae generate a significant amount of oxygen in Earth's atmosphere and they serve as an important food source in aquatic environments. Then next comes the archaea. Archaea are the extreme survivors. They thrive in the most, for many years, archaea were simply unusual bacteria. Scientists thought they were just like bacteria. But today we know they belong to an entirely different, separate group of life, group, right? Archaea majorly they thrive in the extreme environments like hot springs, deep sea vents, and highly salty waters. Best example is methanogens. These microorganisms they can produce methane gas and they live in oxygen-free environments, including the digestive systems of certain animals. And finally comes the viruses. These are the genetic invaders. Viruses are the unique because they cannot reproduce independently by themselves. Instead, they must infect a living host and use its machinery to create new viral particles. Then only it can reproduce and it can propagate. Otherwise, it cannot. One best example, obviously, is coronavirus, COVID, which had demonstrated how profoundly viruses can influence the global health and the society. So together, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, algae, viruses, they all form an extraordinary invisible community that exists all around us. But there is an interesting question that remains is that why do scientists devote their entire laboratories, build powerful, develop powerful microscopes and advanced sequencing technologies, and actually take this effort in studying organisms that are too small to be impossible to see without having any of these specialized equipment? Why are we studying organisms that we cannot see with our own eyes, right? So the answer is pretty much simple is the reason we are studying microorganisms is because microorganisms influence nearly every aspect of life on earth. They recycle the nutrients, decompose waste, they enrich the soil and support plant growth. They produce oxygen and they help to regulate ecosystems. They contribute to human health through the involvement of microbiome and help assisting in digestion. They are used for manufacturing antibiotics, vaccines, enzymes, and many other products that improve our lives. At the same time, some microorganisms cause disease, making their identification and study very important for medicine and public health. In recent years, microbes have become also powerful tools in biotechnology. It has helped scientists to develop new medicines, sustainable energy sources, and innovative solutions to global challenges. The more we learn about microorganisms, the more we realize that size does not determine the importance. In fact, some of the smallest organisms on Earth have shaped the history of our planet more than any of the largest. They may be invisible to our eyes, but the impact is everywhere. And understanding this hidden world is the first step toward understanding life itself. So, welcome to the science and fascinating world of microorganisms and microbiology. So, I hope you guys like this introduction to the microbiology series. And this was a quick, just an overview about the organisms that we will be dealing with in this world, right? In the next videos, we'll be catching up more about microbiology and all various aspects about it. So this will be a very interesting series. So stay tuned with me. I hope you guys, so please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.